JJ and I finally caught up with Bill the Butcher Mahoney the day after the 4th of July in the Starburst Saloon on 10th Avenue between 50th and 51st Streets. Seems he was living in some high-rise across the street with his girl for about 2 years. Mahoney got the handle the Butcher, not from the fact that he learned to cut meat during a short stint in Attica prison in the 60s, but more so for the state-of-art manner in which he applied those newly learned talents upon his numerous victims. It was common knowledge that he enjoyed his work and approached it with the gusto of a ghoul. It is supposed that it was he whom Jimmy C. studied under and learned the art of dismembering the unfortunate, pickling pricks, or keeping some bum's head in a freezer for months on end to goof on when things were slow, but was a good indication of their psychopathic mindset. But then, some might say that that's like the pot calling the kettle black. I understand. Taking out the Butcher was like an instant replay of the Devane job over on Lexington Avenue, and many others, the same modus operandi down to the minutest of details. It amazed me how guys living the lives they did with so many skeletons in their closet would fall so easily into these death traps, exposing themselves like sitting ducks. JJ was worried about Mahoney, but to me he was just another guy whose skull would shatter upon the impact of a .38 hollow-nosed slug like everybody else's, always serving to make me more aware of my own vulnerability and mortality. The qualifying difference between myself and this breed of predator, the difference that served as my saving grace, was that I was not greedy and had no hunger for power in any sense. My demons were personal ones, whom I was well on my way to exercising in this unconventional manner. As I sat, once again unnoticed, at the far end of the bar studying Mahoney, I felt both a sense of empathy and anger because in him I saw so much of myself. I wondered how many more times I would have to kill myself before the demons were appeased. As I began to walk towards the Butcher and the door, he said the most eerie thing. "Had a great day yesterday. Can't say let's do it again next year, 'cause any day someone might walk through the door and blow my brains out, right?" He coughed. "That's right, buddy," I whispered silently, seeing the dark, short hairs on the back of his neck as I pointed the short, snub-nosed barrel above his right ear and squeezed off. I watched the bright red fruit of my labor paint the bar side wall as the roar of the gun seemed to thunder its approval. Most men seem to freeze in such moments of horror. The exception will react instinctively, as did one of the Butcher's boys. "What the fuck?" a squat, barrel-chested gorilla snorted, lowering his head to charge. I cocked the gun, still backing toward the door. "Just one step and you'll join your friend," I commanded quietly, but the words resounded thunderously in the bar's deadly stillness. Backing out onto the sidewalk, I looked both ways casually, began my home run trot towards 11th Avenue. Questions never changed, as once again I slid into the passenger seat breathless. "You got him? He's gone?" "Yeah, he's gone, JJ, he's gone." Each time with a great deal less enthusiasm than had the wide-eyed knave who began this descent into hell. Once again that night, a short blip on the radio identified the assailant as a Hispanic of medium build and complexion with an afro.